Hello YouTube. It is offline Mia again, and I'm here for my day 2 build update, for my day 3 build update, no, day 2 build update, my Arrow Einaryor Sage build. So, according to the builds, we have about 50 billion DPS, at least according to the dummy. I thought we had a bit less, but I guess we magically gained some damage. Cool. This is obviously playing with Preserve of Eternity, and we currently have Imperial Iron Sentry. They have such combo, the same combo that you would see like from my episode number 8 of Exploring Revenge of Sage. I have a Vorax chest, just a basic chest. I went for Hasten because I most wanted movement speed. It's been a big theme for me this season, so I've just been trying to find ways to get more movement speed. So I went for Hasten chest and made myself a full team on bow. It's not a priceless bow. The main reason for that is just all the priceless bow bases were really expensive and it just didn't feel worth it for me. Like, if I'm gonna buy a priceless bow base, like, I know that they'll just go down in price and they're really expensive to craft. Like, they do cost a lot of FE. I did upgrade all of my gear to T1, so we have T1 rings, T1 ring, T1 shoes. And I'm still sticking with a T2 belt, mostly because this belt had Gale on it. I mean, it was just like 400 FE when I bought it to buy a belt of Gale on it. And buying a belt of Gale on it allowed me to buy Co-Resonance and a Poison Relief Pedigree. Normally what you would do with this build, instead of going into the Ranger tree, you would have to go into Artisan, because you need Co-Resonance to be able to scale cast speed that you would get like on your bow and stuff like that. Because pretty much all of your, any bonus to cast speed applies to the attack frequency. Which, it is a bit strange to me that... Wait, no, sorry. Any attack speed applies to the bonus attack increase cast frequency. Okay. Sorry, the cast frequencies threw me off, but you do want attack speed, not cast speed. See? I upgraded to yellow memories. I just bought, like, just some basic ass memories. Nothing too special about them, but nothing too bad about them. Just kind of went through and, like, did all of the, like, these are upgrades that need to get done, so let's just go and get it done. Build is feeling really good. When I first swapped, I was very tired and like, being like tired and all that. It's kind of a pain in the ass needing to then also do a build swap and things not working out quite right. But now that it's like day 2, we're at 50 billion, it feels actually pretty good. And this is obviously 50 billion with the Fellowship support. Now, I will say I did upgrade all of my sports to level 5. You might wonder why did I upgrade T1 to level 5. It was just really cheap to do. And it's 20% additional, and I can just use this to upgrade to T0 eventually, if I want to. And I felt like it was worth it, because I wanted a bit more oomph in my mapping. I'm using Precise Projectiles, because it obviously gives me projectile speed. I'm using Frigid Domain, because we are doing Cold Convert. And then I'm using Swiftness, because movement speed is my life source. Now, I'm using aim. I have a question about aim. I like generally just never know about this. It's like, does Empower effect chain affect this minus attack and cast speed? But sure it doesn't. But running with aim, we do actually have 100% uptime on aim with our hero trait, which is very nice. It just barely perfectly loops. Actually, no, it doesn't perfectly loop. We just barely don't have 100% uptime with level 2 hero memory. Once we get level 3, it will obviously perfectly loop. And we have Thirsty, which does not have 100% uptime right now. And we do have a bit of an awkward situation. Our crit chance is 9%, which is actually really good. But since the Thirsty runs out, it's like 60%. And we're kind of forced into doing like Fluke. Like, let's say if I were to do like Impending. My crit chance would then drop down to 75% is actually not that bad. I might have to redo the math on it and see if, if Fluke's actually worth it, because you're only getting 18% crit. And it is a pretty easy one to, like, calculate and math out. But overall, the build's feeling really good. I mean, if I want to, like, push for damage, I could do, like, either Poison Omen or Red Umbrella. I'm not actually sure which one's going to be better. I might need to look at both of them. Because aim is actually one of the strongest like particles in the game, so it might be better to do Red Umbrella, and then on my slates just replace this slate with one that doesn't have Paralyze on it, because it's like a dead mod now, because we're losing 10% additional there. But taking out slates, I did pick up a Nether King. I just bought a cheap one. I kind of don't want to buy the expensive one because I had the opportunity. I dropped an expensive one, I sold it, and then the next day it went 3 times in price, and I feel really bad about that, and yeah. I kind of am just living in regret and don't want to, like, admit the mistake that I made and just buy it back. But eventually we will be swapping to 70% one. As for slates, I literally just bought some cheap 90 FE slates. So this is Mark Effect and Sentry Damage with Sentry Start Time. I am putting this between the two Nether Kings, mostly because of the Sentry Start Time. I think scaling that mod is like pretty nice. It just makes the mapping feel better. It's a very nice mod to have. Even though the slate in of itself is like not the strongest slate to scale at all. Then we have additional Sentry Damage skills I've been using last 1 second. This mod's pretty good. It's a 10% additional mod. It doesn't have 100% uptime because you do occasionally, use your Sentry skill when they run out, but it's mostly fine. And then when we went for Paralyzed Effect, I think you absolutely want at least one of these mods. It's so insanely broken, because if Paralyzed baseline is 30% additional damage taken, and this is 80% increased to affect that, which is what it would be if it wasn't scaled, this is a 12% additional mod. Essentially, like, the first copy of this is 12% additional. Because you go from 15% enemy damage taken to 27% enemy damage taken. Which is just a absolutely gigantic increase. In fact, it would be 127 divided by 115. So it's a 10.4% more multi as the first one, if you want to be very technical about it. So I think one copy of this is like pretty good. Beyond one copy, like, other mods start becoming better, maybe. But I did end up buying 2 of them, just because, again, these sets were like 50 to 80 FE. We are using Arrow Iron, so it has persistent skill tag, so that's pretty nice. I bought this Gods of Deception because I wanted some form of Paralyze in my build. And then the +1 all skills one was very expensive, which I would have preferred to buy. So I just bought one with additional curse damage. And then I just, just hit +1 all. Just Mia things, And then lastly, we just bought a Fallen Starlight with Elixir effect on it. Not a massive deal, just wanted it. With all that being said, so I do have this Prism, which Prism's really expensive this season. It's been insane. I did just buy this Prism because it seemed absolutely crazy. While staying still, you have... Oh, it's while staying still. Yeah, I didn't read that part. Yeah, this Prism sucks dick. But I did buy this Prism. It was like 30 FE. Now it's 5 FE. Unlucky. The main reason we buy like a random cheap Prism is you want to save a skill point on your tree. And that is exactly what I'm doing. And yeah, we're still using Thirsty or Life Tonic. Again, same as always, our Iron is not in the main skill, so we can proc Kitty Express, which is giving us attack aggression, which is very nice. And let's look at our movement speed quickly. So we are at 174% movement speed, which I'm pretty happy with that for no swiftness deal, I'll be honest with you. And the tankiness of this build has actually been pretty damn good for Tarmok 8. And Tarmok 8 is not very difficult. It's genuinely pretty easy to be tanky in Tarmok 8, but I'll still showcase it. We don't have res cap yet. Oops. Unlucky. We'll get it eventually. We do have 45% injury buff right now through Poised Omen, as well as our module, which let me quickly show the module. I did buy this module, which has Source Code Overclock for injury buffer and Cold Protocol for Cold Infiltration. Now, I do actually have Cold Infiltration in my talent tree. I technically should move that to something else. But, it's like not the biggest deal. It's like whatever. And I don't want to like fully trust on my, my modules to be the one to apply the Cold Infiltration, but realistically speaking, if there's any mob that's tanky enough that you need Cold Infiltration to kill it, it's going to be applied to it. So you should use that talent points on something else. Like, I could get more crit damage. Crit damage is something we don't have that much of. We only have about 400%. Which, I would like to get some more crit chance. Some more crit damage. Our crit chance is fine. We're never going to, like, get to our crit cap. because of this line here, the fixed crit rating on Death's Touch. Holy shit, this mechanic's insane. Holy shit, dude, the new League mechanic is insane. I think I made more money from the League mechanic than I did like the entirety of yesterday. I don't know if they got buffed, because I saw there was a patch, but just before I went live. Nice, and I instantly felt... Oh, that's an amazing showcase, just instantly failing machines. I've been firing machines this morning. I went live, I played for like an hour, a bit under an hour, like 40 minutes, doing machine prices farming. I have dropped 1 priceless item so far. It was worth 5 FE. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal if I just say so myself. But overall, I'm actually quite happy with the current state of the build. I think it feels very good. I think, I was a bit dooming and glooming yesterday, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I probably should replace this false gods with like a crafted neck, but I don't want to spend the money to craft a neck to find out how much like better or worse it is. I could just math it out. False gods is one of the easiest items in the game to math out, because you literally just like, you just look at the dexterity and you're like, okay, this item's giving me that much additional. And then, you know, tier 1 gears, like, is a bit harder to math out, but generally speaking, like, each modifier has, like, a certain amount of value that they would give you. But I'm not gonna get too technical about that. It's not very important. You can just follow the build updates and you'll see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And I hope this video is inspiring. I hope that things are looking better. I mean, like, if I were to right now go and equip, like, you know, Red Umbrella and equip advancements. Let's see what the damage is looking like then. Not quite as high as I think it should be, but, you know, it's seeming pretty fine. I mean, obviously, actually very surprised at how little, like, damage I gained with advancements and Red Umbrella. Maybe it's not the best bet. I'll figure it out, though. That's a future me problem. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day further, and I hope you guys are having a good day, so... Pretty solid day 2. I pretty much have everything that I like expect to have on day 2 and more. Which, considering it's been a poverty league, I'm actually surprised at like how well I've been doing for day 2. The only item that I'm really missing that I was expecting to have by day 2 is Omni Elixir Notes, because it's like 8k FE right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, I just don't give a fuck. This item's awesome, but like, are you gonna really spend 8k FE to lose like all of your res, so now you have to worry about res again from other sources, just to gain some elixir effect and additional damage? Like, it's not worth it. It's like just too expensive an item. At this point, I would rather just like get a slate mode of elixir gain effect on it, and then just use a fucking priceless belt. Like, I generally don't think that item is worth it at the current price. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely day further. And I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye.